Why do you think that you need to suppress speech? The answer is because you know that what I am saying is true. You know that what I am saying is powerful. You know that what I am saying is going to change the world. And therefore, you all will stop it. You're going to fail.
Oh my goodness.
Did you ever think that he would be coming to the University of Florida? Are you prepared? How do you feel? That sort of thing.
Sure. Well, the First Amendment mandates, because it is a public institution, the University of Florida, that we do have Richard Spencer on campus. If this were a private university, we don't have to have him at all. It kind of became clear that he was going to weaponize, as it were, public universities across the country on this speaking tour and turn them into First Amendment-based spectacles, trying to really push the envelope of how far freedom of speech goes today in the United States.
As of right now, the tension is palpable. Like, I don't know if you all can feel it, but you see guards. There's a lot of hate that's about to happen tomorrow. So I have friends telling me that they just want to get out of Gainesville right now.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I will not be at the demonstrations or at the Phillips Center. I decided to really look at the pros and cons of attending the event. For me to attend the event and actually protest, that would mean that, number one, I'd be putting my own health and safety at risk. Now, if something is actually, if I'm gonna fight for something, I really just wanna make sure that this is something that I can actually get that change from, that something tangible can actually come from it. And me going out and yelling at some people who are already stuck in their ways and have deep-seated beliefs isn't really gonna change anything.
Right. Do you support them being there, even though you're not going to be there? Are you happy that they'll be there, kind of standing up for everyone else?
So I'm definitely an advocate of people constructively being able to voice their concerns. All I do ask is that they remain safe and make good decisions. Don't provoke anybody unnecessarily.
I've been in law enforcement for 14 years. I've never seen planning of this magnitude. I've never seen an event which required planning of this magnitude. We want to respect your constitutional rights, but we want you to respect our community.
It's scientifically proven that white people are going to be a minority in the United States when it comes to
What's the issue with that? There's
And so?
right now.
What's the
So you're afraid of switching places with minorities?
What is
I
the
am proud to be a minority.
No, what is
But you're cool with it, right? You're just
so you're afraid of switching places with minorities and being are you afraid of being oppressed?
Do I know?
You're afraid of switching places with minorities and being oppressed. That's
Who
what
wants
you're
to be
afraid of.
oppressed?
So you're saying that minorities are oppressed in America?
Everybody's oppressed. Yeah, you shake your head like that. Because
How is
white
everyone
people can't be
oppressed?
oppressed.
But how?
Because, we're not going to play that.
That one lady came off that right off the rip. You won't talk to me because I'm Spanish. That's like good saying, right?
Yeah. I'm William Fears. That's F-E-A-R-S. F as in Foxtrot.
And where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
And you traveled up here for today's event?
That's correct.
Okay, tell me why.
I came here to hear Richard speak because it's an unprecedented speech. I mean, whenever they ever declared a national emergency for someone's opening their mouth, to me, I knew I had to come when I heard that.
What are you looking forward to hear from him today?
I want to hear what he was going to say in Charlottesville, but didn't get to say. I want to hear.
And what was that?
I don't know exactly, but he's probably going to talk about Charlottesville. He's going to probably talk about the city of Charlottesville, the police, the way that the media, the establishment. He's going to talk about how we are standing up to power, and that, I mean,
Who's we?
Richard and our movement, the alt-right. I mean, if you look at it, whenever somebody is silenced, the way they try to silence Richard, what is it that they're saying? What is this truth that's being suppressed? Like, why is it the whole world will come together to try to silence this truth? So, what's
the truth?
I don't know. I want to hear. I want to find out.
My message to them is that we're rising, we're winning. We're winning in Central Europe now. We're winning in the Far East. We're going to win everywhere, and they're going to lose. And that the alt-right will be triumphant, and we will get our ethno-state.
And now, I'm going to introduce the man himself, our good friend and spokesperson for white people everywhere, Mr. Richard Spencer. Thank you.
Raise your hand if you identify with the alt-right. Absolutely. Thank you for coming. But and I would also like to thank President Fox, who We're not going home. So, I think it's probably in your interest to sit down and allow me to speak, and then we'll have a conversation afterward. What do you think about that? You've sent your message. Why don't we have a conversation? What do you think about that? Do you not want to have a conversation? Who are you screaming at? What are you trying to achieve by this? It was very polite. So why are you all here? Why do you think that you need to suppress speech? The answer is because you know that what I am saying is true. You know that what I am saying is powerful. You know that what I am saying is going to change the world. And you will stop it. You're going to fail. We are stronger than you, and you all know it. That's why you're gaining up here. But I still
key principles of the First Amendment is not censorship, but to add more speech to the marketplace of ideas. And we call that counter speech. So individuals under the First Amendment have a right to peaceably assemble and to engage in protest against him and essentially drown him out, drown out his message.
Communist Antifa that y'all are! We are going to try to do a Q&A.
Again, you don't directly say kill black people, kill Jews, whatever, but your followers seem to take the idea of a white-only ethno-state to heart, and they are the ones going out and committing violent acts in your name and in the name of your movement. So my question is, how do you respond to people who feel that you should take responsibility for the actions of others that your words appear to encourage?
Name a single incident in which some alt-righters went out in words. So that's a fascinating thing. So we debated by bombing Germany.
My question was, what are you still doing here?
And we will continue to fight. Absolutely. Continue to speak truth to power. Thank you very much.
So one of the exceptions to the First Amendment protection of free speech is something we call incitement to imminent lawless action, or incitement to violence. So the Supreme Court has made it clear that incitement to violence is not protected by the First Amendment. So it's an exception to the general rule about protecting free speech. However, defining when speech actually reaches that threshold of an incitement to imminent lawless action is going to be very difficult.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. Everyone can hear me, I hope.
Richard Spencer is protected to engage in the abstract advocacy of hate and violence. But when it comes to inciting his followers or his crowd to commit violent acts against others, and we can forecast that that's imminent and likely to happen, then we can shut it down.
They're literally shoving us into them just like Charlottesville.
Left-wing mayors, that's why.
How'd it go, man?
It went great until now.
What just happened?
The left is starting violence. They're spraying people with mace, throwing stuff. The police are about to stand down, just like Charlottesville. This is about to be a bad freaking thing. Nobody wanted this.
Why? Why? It be bad?
Because look at the left. Look at what they're doing. That is the extreme left out there. That's not the people that are being called Nazis that are about to start this violence. It's the far left.
This is Charlotte. We need police to stand up.
This is what they just told all y'all about. This is Charlottesville.
Charlottesville all over again.
Mark my words, nobody wants this violence. We're not starting this. We are not starting this. Look over there. Pick your camera up and point it down over there.
So is this open for anyone?
It's something you have to do with how violent these people are. You have to vet them.
Even though the police had checkpoints?
Yeah, even though.
No, we're pretty skeptical of the Holocaust. I'm not gonna lie. You know, in the majority of the Western countries, it's illegal to question the Holocaust. And you got to say, when someone wants to suppress speech, what is it that they're saying that's so dangerous?
All right, there goes with Hey, let those Hindus somewhere else. There's so many people yelling that you couldn't hear a word he said.
Do you think that that is the right of the people to do that?
No.
At a free speech event?
To yell over someone and cancel out their free speech so their free speech is heard? No, I think you should take turns and have open dialogue.
That's like
that's what he's tried to do.
James Fields ran over a crowd of communists, you know.
The Nazis can come back again, and it's important that we all stand together in the face of this new form of white nationalism known as the alt-right, and that we make sure that people know that these are the same Nazis that existed in the 1940s, they're the same Nazis that existed in the Ku Klux Klan. They're the exact same people. They believe that the white race, I'm white, they believe that the white race is the superior race and that there's nothing wrong with them being proud of that. And I'm here, and hopefully that everyone else is here to show that that mindset and that form of thinking will no longer be tolerated. And that if you want to come out here and preach your ideas of hate, we're going to come out here and we'll react in the way that we need to react. Because this isn't conservative versus liberal. This is hate. This is genocide. These people advocate for the removal of everyone that isn't white. We're not here standing as liberals, as Democrats, as anti-fascists. We're here standing as people that we will not tolerate white nationalism, Nazism, the alt-right, any kind of movement that supports division and some form of eugenics is wrong, and it'll never, ever survive or live again. And that's why I'm here.
Well, these three men arrested for shooting at protesters in Gainesville. Police say they started shouting at protesters about Hitler hours after the white nationalist event. Then one of them opened fire on the group.
Three men are connected to extremist groups, and tonight they're behind bars. After law enforcement escorted the trio off campus Thursday night, police say they stopped to argue with a group of protesters, threatened them, threw Nazi salutes their way, and shouted chants about Hitler before Tenbrick shot at the group. The bullet missed and hit a nearby building. Local, state, and federal law enforcement quickly tracked down Tenbrick and the Fears brothers on I-75, just 20 miles from campus.
I guess I could say this, that I hope whatever happens here at the University of Florida in Gainesville tomorrow really does become a model for public universities across the rest of the nation. And I also truly hope that if any violence does occur, that it's not from students, that it's from outside individuals. And let's hope those outside individuals who are bussed in or trucked into Gainesville just specifically for this event do not cause trouble on our campus.
I just want them to understand that they're not going to break the spirit of the students here at the University of Florida. They're not going to break the spirit of the surrounding community because we are strong, we are resilient. We were here before Richard Spencer came, and we will be here afterwards. He's going to come and go. And yes, there will be some people who will show their true colors tomorrow. You know, some may be students, faculty, and staff, right? But at the same time, we just want to make sure that we let them know that we'll be here, our spirits will not be broken, and we'll be able to have these discussions and actually be better off because you came. So thank you, as a matter of fact, for allowing us to have this platform to actually have these discussions.